In today's news, 3 more women add their accusations to one of the largest sex scandals in Thailand. Meanwhile, officials say the road accidents over the long holidays were not so bad, and the former leader of Myanmar, Aung San Suu Kyi, gives a rare comment to the public as she stands trial for life in prison. All this is coming up in today's program.
Could you please take a moment to click the like and subscribe button? It helps us way more than you know.
You're watching Thailand News Today, bringing you the latest top stories in Thailand and beyond. My name is Jet Gunther, and starting off with one of the major headlines in the country, 3 more women have broken their silence, adding to claims to one of the largest sex scandals in Thailand involving a senior politician. On Monday, another 3 women filed complaints with police against former Democrat Deputy Leader Parin Phanitpak for a total of 8 women who have officially accused him of sexual misconduct. Lawyer Sita Biabankert escorted the 3 women to file reports while telling reporters that there are others who have yet to speak out. According to Sitra, one of the accusers is a 26-year-old woman who gave the lawyer an audio clip on Sunday, which has since been aired publicly. She claims Brin raped her in 2020. The lawyer said, quote, she claimed the suspect had offered money in exchange for her silence, but she had stopped receiving the money. Another accuser, Sitra said, is a 21-year-old woman who claims that Brin molested her when she was an intern. The alleged attack happened in a car in 2019 when she was 17 years old. Another woman claims Brin also molested her, but she has not contested to releasing the details of her ordeal to the public. Sitra said that in addition to the 3, there are another 4 women who were unavailable to join him on Monday to file their complaints. Most of the women say they were enticed to dine with Brin before he allegedly attacked them. One woman even claims that Brin drugged her. Meanwhile, another woman who is in the UK plans to present herself as a witness. Monday's allegations brings the amount of women who have officially filed complaints to a total of 8. 3 women had previously filed complaints with Lumpini police, with another one in Phetchaburi and one more in Chiang Mai. However, Thai media reports that there's already a higher number of accusers. Notably, Channel 3 has posted a report with the profiles of 14 alleged victims who have so far filed complaints with police against Brin. On Sunday, Bangkok's South Criminal Court detained Brin for 3 counts of sexual assault and harassment before temporarily releasing him on bail on the condition that he would not leave the country. Yesterday morning, Thai feminist groups banded together to stage a protest in front of Democrat Party headquarters in Bangkok in the wake of mounting allegations against the politician. Regarding the first complaint from an unnamed 18-year-old woman, police say they've gathered enough evidence from a Bangkok hotel in Watthana district where the alleged attack took place. Accompanied by her mother, the young woman filed a report with police last week, opening the door for others to come out of the dark in what may be Thailand's largest Me Too case to date. Thai officials insist total traffic accidents and deaths during the 7 dangerous days of Songkran were not so bad. Thailand's Department of Disaster Prevention and Mitigation, or DDPM, announced on Monday that the total traffic accidents and resulting deaths during the last week's 7 dangerous days of Songkran had actually reduced compared to the average for the past 3 years, even though the number of deaths this year had increased. According to a summary of the data from the DDPM from April the 11th to 17th, there were 1,917 accidents, 1,869 injuries, and 278 deaths in total. The main causes of the accidents were speeding at nearly 41% and drunk driving at nearly 22%. Motorcycles were the most frequent vehicle involved in the reported road accidents. The Director General of the DDPM, Buntham Lerth Sukhi Gasem, said the statistics and information would be further analyzed to prevent traffic accidents from occurring in the future, adding that the country's goal was to decrease the death rate from traffic accidents to only 12 deaths per 100,000 people by 2027. Let's keep it going with all the good news on COVID. A prominent Thai virologist has taken to Facebook to reassure people that the virus does not destroy the immune system the way that HIV does. According to Dr. Anantongkyaw Wattana, the COVID-19 virus affects T cells in a similar manner to HIV, but the outcomes of both scenarios are completely different. The virologist from the National Center of Genetic Engineering and Biotechnology uses a study in the online journal Nature to illustrate his point. The study found that infected T cells will destroy themselves, leading to a drop in the white blood cell count. In the same study, the COVID-19 virus was found to infect activated T cells through a protein receptor. However, the difference between COVID-19 and HIV is the lifespan of the infected cells. COVID-19 kills the T cells, meaning very little of the virus can reproduce. In the case of HIV, the virus is able to use T cells to help it to replicate. The doctor concluded that since SARS-CoV-2 causes infected T cells to die without multiplying, and the RNA of the virus does not mix with the DNA of the host cell, SARS-CoV-2 cannot create acquired immunodeficiency syndrome, or AIDS, like HIV does.
You love the Thaiger. Now subscribe to our new YouTube lifestyle channel, Bounce.
Thailand's food, travel, challenges, and just about anything that isn't news. Only on Bounce. Link in the description below.
The leader of a rebel group in Thailand's Deep South said the rebels will not engage in peace talks with the Thai government if the possibility of independence in Thailand's southern border region is off the table. Under the framework of Thailand's current constitution, the kingdom remains indivisible. The group's leader, Katsuri Makhota, made the announcement days after his rebel group, the Patani United Liberation Organization, or PULO, took responsibility for a double bomb attack in Patani, which killed a fisherman and seriously injured bomb disposal officers. The attack broke the 40-day Ramadan Songkran ceasefire in the area agreed by the Thai government and the Barisan Revolusi Nasional, who are the most active rebel group in the conflict. The situation highlights the discrepancy in demands of rebel groups. Separatist groups have historically fought for independence of the historical region of the Kingdom of Patani, which covers modern-day Patani, Yala, Narathiwat, and some parts of Songkhla province. However, the BRN is happy to negotiate with Thailand under the framework of the modern constitution, under which division is not possible, suggesting the group's hopes for the region may have changed. Whereas Katsuri from PULO says the group, quote, will not talk or negotiate under the framework of the Thai constitution because PULO wants freedom from Thailand. The Thai government says they informally talked to all rebel groups in the Deep South. However, two members of the Thai military said it was too soon to tell if PULO would be invited to the next round of peace talks held in Malaysia. In a rare comment, the former leader of Myanmar, Aung San Suu Kyi, has called on the Burmese people to be united as she stands trial and faces life in prison. According to a Reuters report, the comments were confirmed by a source close to Suu Kyi's legal proceedings. Suu Kyi, along with the democratically elected government, was ousted by a military coup on February the 1st last year. The former leader is now on trial facing accusations of violating a state secrets law, multiple trumped-up corruption charges, and a raft of other offenses. In total, the charges carry a combined maximum prison term of over 150 years. Reuters' source says Suu Kyi is urging the Burmese people to be united and continue dialogue with one another. According to that report, the anonymous source would not be drawn on why Suu Kyi is calling for unity, but insists it is not a call to engage in talks with the Burmese junta. There has been no comment from the military on the matter. The source reports that a verdict is expected next week in relation to a corruption charge that accuses Suu Kyi of accepting bribes of gold and cash. She has denied the charge. Last year, she was found guilty of several offenses in a trial that took place behind closed doors and run by the military. Prior to the coup, she had faced international condemnation as a result of the persecution of Rohingya Muslims in Myanmar. After the military coup ousted Suu Kyi and her democratically elected government, the United Nations and various rights groups have accused the junta of committing atrocities against the Burmese. The military refutes these allegations. And that's all for today's report. Now, Natty will be taking up the show for the rest of the month as I go on leave for a while. So wish you all the best and see you again in the beginning of May.